Good morning, and this is Rose. And today I'm going to walk you through uh, an application that I use on my business as a project manager, and that I do handle several clients under my project management agency. And this is the client onboarding application that I usually use. All right. So this is an application called Hellobonsai. And as you can see, I am already logged in on my dashboard as the contractor. Why do I say that the contractor? Because I do have two modes for Hellobonsai. So they do allow a mode for contractor, which is directly me, and then another one is for a subcontractor mode, which is I'm allowed to have my own subcontractor. And yeah, they're like my team members and they are assigned to each project. And I can also, yeah, use it to onboard them. But let's talk first about my dashboard as the contractor. So what do we have here on the dashboard? You'll find a list of the projects that I'm working on, the status of their proposals, some payments, and total receivables. Okay, and you'll see some of the activities right here. There's a shortcut for you to create a draft of a proposal, to create a contact, or to send an invoice. But then the same thing is also available here. So you can, here is your dashboard. It's already highlighted. So that means the dashboard is the one that's showing up on my current screen. And then if I click on clients, you would see the list of clients that I have added on my account. And then if you wish to add a few more, then you can click on new client and it would require you to add some basic information about the client. So forms is like the regular form. You can create it to add some questions, and then you can send them the link so they can fill it out. The automations are very limited as of the moment. Um, but let me just show you what your options when creating automations. So there are various triggers, which are this. It's either when a contract is signed, a proposal is accepted, or signed when the first invoice is paid, when a form is filled out, when a project is marked complete, and then the actions are it's either send a message, send the form, or schedule a meeting vacantly. And here you can customize whatever message you want the client to receive after the trigger happened. Alright, so once you're done with that automation, you can click on save. So I'm not currently using so much of these automations just because I don't think they're actually applicable. So there you go. That's automations. Let's check what settings is or what are our options right here. So let me just wait for it to load a bit. Alright, so it's more on client tags. There you go, and then your client fields. So it's either you can delete or you can add new fields, and this would be you would be prompted to fill them out whenever you're doing a new client information. So I don't really like putting a lot of information on my client fields, so I prefer it simple. Right here is our projects folder wherein you can create your new projects similar to what you can see right now. But if I click on this one, these are the only basic information that would require you to fill out. And then our favorite, of course, is creating proposal. And whenever you create proposal, let me just show you how a new proposal, and then it's going to provide you a list of templates that you can use depending on how simple you want your proposal to look like and what are the details that you want to show on the cover page. So for me, this is my usual cover page, and then you'd also see some of the content inside, but I will not be showing you that, but I'm gonna show you around what's possible. So I've selected one of the proposal template, which is the one for advertising PPC. And here you go. You can customize this, change this, and yeah, you can also edit this um, banner image. You can customize this. All of these are customizable, so you can just edit those. So that is one of the templates that you can have. Well, I don't want to create a new proposal. I want to keep my Hellobonsai clean, and there you go. So once you've set up a proposal, you can always like duplicate or copy an existing template, and you can keep on reusing it. So these are the contracts on my Hello Bonsai. And again, you can create a new contract here. It would give you some options on what contract template that are available for you to use depending on what services you offer. Um, but I think I did use a blank contract, or I did use a consulting contract and then edited it based on the information that I want to have on my contract. So it's just a matter of customizing it based on depending on your services and whatever type of um, personal agreements that you want to include on it, or you'd prefer a simple contract instead of how many pages. But the good thing about the contract and even the proposal for Hello Bonsai is that your clients can affix their signature on the document, and that just makes it more formal and binding, of course. So that's that. And we also have invoices. So for invoices, you can create your invoice, you can make it a recurring invoice, and you also have like that. If you want to create an invoice, it's going to be either a single invoice, a recurring, or a subscription invoice. I haven't really used subscription, but what I've been using is recurring invoice, and then you just click on the list and find out who you wanna invoice, and then just put the name of your project right there. And here we go. Payments. What are the payment options? You can have if you are in the US and you can use Stripe, then use Stripe. And here in the Philippines, our option is gonna be PayPal, or I do have a manual option. Like, yeah, I've turned this on other instructions and instead of people. But of course, my PayPal is also available. I have integrated it here, but I'm not using it just because of the fee is too much for me. So I'd rather have them send it through another instruction. Right now, what I'm using is wise.com. So I noted all my wise information on the invoice, so that once they see those information, they'd know that they have to pay me through my wise account. Let's see what we have on the settings. All right here you can either ask your client to pay for the transaction fees, and that's going to be set there, and there's are some information as well. So one of the things that I've been um, trying out lately is that la 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 sure okay. One of the things that I've been trying to check is whether this sends an ongoing reminder whenever the um, client's invoice is overdue. So it would send a reminder to the client. But I've been having issues with that lately because sometimes I'm not able to mark the invoice as paid, and then the client would keep on getting the notification that they aren't paid yet. And yeah, uh, definitely have to check where exactly that setting should be set so that it won't happen again. The only thing that's a little weird with Hellobonsai is that there are settings that you cannot edit unless you are actually on that item. It's not like you have a different settings dashboard wherein you can edit all of it. Like for example, this one. If you're gonna check this, okay, this. The only time that you can edit an invoice is when you're on the actual invoice. That's what I'm telling you right here. I do give them my information for my Wise account and then they can send it there, and I have to manually mark it as paid because they're paying it through Wise, which isn't integrated yet with Hello Bonsai. But that's just the only disadvantage right now for me, is that I have to manually update my invoice as paid, or else it would keep on sending them notification. But I know there's an option to turn that off, but it's either I have to manually keep manually monitor, and whenever they haven't paid yet their invoice, I really just have to choose whether I want to remind them every time, or they get reminded every time. So that's that. So there must be a compromise somewhere over there, but let me just again check where the heck should I update it. Anyway, let's proceed with our next module, which is time tracking. And time tracking is simply just letting you either manually add hours on a certain project, or add, time track on a task for a client. So going here on task, and you'll see that I have some active tasks here. However, I don't usually use it to track my time because I do use a different time tracking application, and it's very seldom actually that I do track on people uh, right now, just because I just monitor people on their work, and I don't actually do um, tasks or project implementation anymore. So that's that. But anyway, when you're here, you just simply, when you're done with a task, it's either you click on this checklist box, and then it's gonna be strike through. That means that's done. Or if you want to add more hours, or while you're working, you can turn this timer on, and it would, yeah, run the timer. What do we have on templates? Okay, all right. So these templates, I believe you can save the list of tasks that you have created and save it as a template. So for next time, you can simply reuse that template in tracking your tasks. If it's very good um, thing to use when your tasks on a day-to-day is gonna be the same. All right. I haven't really worked on, yeah, doing the accounting and taxes stuff on Hello Bonsai. I'm not big onto I'm not big onto tracking my expenses right here for now, I guess. So the only expense that I do track most of the time are the ones that whenever I pay my project managers. We're at. But I'm really looking forward to having uh this functionality because I actually prefer to pay them out straight from whatever fund I have on my Hellobonsai account. But currently, it's not tracking anything yet. Alright, because I don't think it's directly integrated with my any of my bank accounts. It just goes through, for example, PayPal, but not necessarily integrated with my bank account so that I could decide whenever I would want to pay out someone, then it would automatically track like similar to your online booking. Currently, it's not. It doesn't work that way. So you'd still have to use. For me, I already use ClickUp to monitor payments and make cash tracking. It works better for me that way. All right. So let's proceed with what do we have on subcontractor mode. Subcontractor mode is a very good way for us to onboard our employees instead of having them fill out a manual document for the contract or having to save a disclosure agreement within your Google Drive and then send it to them via email and then them getting back to you that's already signed. So this application or feature of Hello Bonsai is very helpful for me because it makes it easier for me to onboard an employee. So let's see how does that work. Again, as you can see, this is dashboard and the figures that you are seeing right now are the ones that I've been invoiced and then gonna have to pay them. That's that. But I'm not actually using this. It's only showing you figures right now just because some of the contractors that I worked with had their own Hello Bonsai account and they'd send me an invoice using theirs and that would show up here. But most of the time I do pay them uh, automatically whenever it's due and I'm not expecting for them to send me invoice because I know when to pay them. All right, let's go to contractors. Module, I mean section. And what do we have in here? We can invite a new contractor. Just use their email address, and then you can use a template whenever. Yeah. I do use project manager template because this is the one I'm using to onboard them, and you'd find out later what are included in the onboarding list. So these are the contractors, and then let's see if we have applicants. Of course, we don't have applicant, and I haven't been using this yet, but just for you to know that this is available here. All right, let's see. Let's see for onboarding. These are the templates. Just want you to see what is included in the template. So let's go to project manager. And here are the questions that your project manager would be receiving or your VA if you want to use this to onboard your VA. These are the common questions that I do ask them. You can add another list but actually what I'm using right now is I think the default by Hello Bonsai. I have not really customized this based on my requirements, but anyway, these are really good information to have, like your address, their profile details, um, bank account, and of course, it's very important for me for them to fill out a non-disclosure agreement, and it's important for them to connect a payment account. But this isn't happening yet. What we usually do is just they'd include the manual information, or I mean their bank accounts since most of them are also Filipinos, so they just manually give me their bank account. I'd add it on their profile so that I can see it, or I actually have a click up where I do monitor all the payments and their accounts. So that's gonna be a different story and a walkthrough. Next, let's go to projects. What do we have on projects? All right, in here in projects, I think it automatically pulls out. No, no, no. Let me just make sure how this happens. No. So it doesn't automatically pull out whatever projects you have on your contractor mode. You have to create a new one if you want your contractors to be um if you want them to be assigned on a certain project, and you know which one is assigned to a project. So that's how you do it. It's not very necessary, but if you want to do it, then there's that. We have the contracts again. For me, it's very helpful to have like all these documentations in one place, so I won't have to worry where my documents are. And for me, it's very important still to have contracts and non-disclosure agreements with your subcontractor. And it's it's very convenient because they already have templates in place, and all you have to do is again customize it depending on what other requirements you have for your contractor. Again, these are the invoices that the people, subcontractors have sent me through their bonsai account. So let's go back to my contractor mode. So there you go, a quick walkthrough of Hello Bonsai. I hope it does help you. If you have any questions about how to use it, or you're looking for other features that weren't discussed, don't look too far because there aren't any more functions, I believe, that weren't um, slightly or discussed on here. All right. Well, I hope this helps and have a great day. Bye.